Hi, I'm so excited you're here. We're going to talk through everything you need to know as a new Spanish teacher. So we're going to start with the interview process. We're going to talk about how to ace that interview, how to get the job that you want, how to decide whether or not it's the right job for you. And then we're going to talk about how to get your room ready, how to lesson plan, how to everything. We're just going to dive right in. So first up in this series, we are going to look at the Spanish teacher interview process. And you probably already know a lot about this. Maybe you're already done with the interview process and you're like, got my job, I'm ready for the next step. And if so, stay tuned for the next episode in this series because that will be more your speed. But if you don't have a job yet and you're looking for a job, here's some things that I think that you need to know. What are they going to ask you during the interview process? And honestly, slightly more important even is what should you ask them during your interview or during your follow-up or during your however many rounds you have. You need to be using that time to evaluate whether or not this is a school you want to be in, because trust me, you do not want to accidentally wind up in a school that you hate and then have a terrible first year or, any year. That's something that I talk about for anybody who's job searching. It is a two-way street interview process because you want to find a good fit. Another video that you need to watch is red flags to look out during your teacher interview process, because there are times where you're, doing that back and forth and they're asking you questions and you're asking them questions and you all of a sudden hear something, you're like, alarm bells are going off because that was not good. Right? So you need to be aware of what some of those red flags are just so you can, again, evaluate whether or not it's going to be a good fit for you. And then the last part of the interview process is sometimes you're asked to come back and teach a demo lesson. And that can feel really scary and really overwhelming, especially if you've never been asked to teach a demo lesson before. So I have a series of videos all about your demo lesson, what you need to bring, what you need to plan, some tips and tricks for helping it go smoothly, all of that sort of stuff, just in case you're asked to do a demo lesson. Because again, usually it's something like, hey, come in and teach. And you're like, teach what? Teach who? All those things that they talk to you about in teacher prep, planning your lesson for the kids in front of you and all that sort of stuff. I also have a blog post where I talk about what you should wear during your interview. So I'll make sure to include that in this playlist as well. Just giving you all the tools that you need to get that part of the process rolling. I'll see you in our next episode for part 2 when we talk about how to get your room ready and what to do if you don't have a classroom. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.